to another episode of the Lakeside View alongside my co-hosts Chris Pilato, Kim Strong, and Sabrina Carlo. We're back at it again. We ready to go?
Yeah.
We're almost done. This is
I know,
what, our
one
second to
more.
last episode?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The semester's going by
that's
too
a big
fast.
word. Wow. All right, well, let's get right into it. A new accuser has come forward against Alabama GOP Senate nominee Roy Moore, adding to mounting allegations of sexual misconduct against teen girls when Moore was in his 30s. Moore allegedly approached a girl when she was a high schooler working at Sears and asked for her phone number. She declined to give it to him, and he later called her at school to ask her out. She ultimately relented, saying that she was feeling both nervous and flattered. Their date ended with Moore giving her a forceful kiss that she says left her scared. This is what Congressman Dan Donovan had to say about the allegations.
I don't think the man's fit to serve. So it's my hope that the people, first of all, my hope is that he would step aside. Apparently last night he made a statement that he wouldn't do that. So now my hope is the people of Alabama are smart enough to write in someone else's name and select somebody that they'd be proud representing them in the United States Senate.
All right, so what are our thoughts on the allegations? I feel like this is just getting
Literally
insane.
every day,
After the
every
other.
single day. But I do want to say he has denied all the allegations. So like we have to say that he has denied everything.
Sure.
But also like people are trying to make this a political thing. This has no political sides. With every single person, you know, if they're Democratic, Republican, this has nothing to do with that. This has to do with people who are disgusting. And they're doing these disgusting acts to these people. It's like you have to take the politics away and not say, oh, Republicans are doing this and Democrats are doing that. That's like the main point I want to like show is that it's not just this one side or the other. It's like they're people and they're disgusting people, and that's how they should be looked at.
I definitely agree with that, but at the same time, people are always going to try to put politics into
Obviously,
it.
yeah.
And it just kind of like shows that like when he was doing this, he was like 30, and he was like grabbing like the butts of like 17-year-olds and such, and it just shows that like powerful people are just protected while like the victims are silenced, and it's just it's great. Like yes, it's like crazy that every single like allegation has been coming up like randomly like within the past like few months, but it just shows like the strength that people have been gathering and the courage that they have.
I think it's something to note is just how long it took them to, because it's not an easy thing to come out, but I think it's really special that like now that so many of these allegations have come out, people have been finding the courage to come out and say these things. These things happened years ago.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's something they've been like battling for what, like 40 years or something along that, and that's not something that's easy to hold on to and just keep in.
And it's just easier with like after every allegation, it's just been easier to talk about it, especially like in the news. Everybody has just been having their like opinions and saying basically this is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and it's sort of a good and a bad thing, right? That all these allegations are coming forward. Obviously, it's terrible that these things happen, but it's also good that particularly women, but also men, can come together and unite against this terrible thing, sexual assault and sexual harassment. And now we've seen, you know, Roy Moore, who is running for Senate, and now Al Franken, who is a senator from Minnesota. He's now being accused of this, and he actually, there's a photo of the woman's the sexual harassment, which is something you don't see.
Yes.
Obviously, we don't have the photo,
No,
but
but
obviously
it was a weird photo because she was sleeping.
it's a weird photo. Yeah.
Yeah, she was sleeping and he was like groping her in her sleep, and they thought that was a funny photo. That was a very strange thing. But I feel like I do agree with the congressman that they should be dropping out. They should not be able to run.
Yes.
I feel they should take it upon themselves if they do want to better this country to take themselves out of this race.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think Moore should step aside because, again, there's really no reason to not believe these allegations.
Yeah.
Yes, he's denied them, and he's more than entitled to do so and allow the legal process to work itself out. But there's no reason to believe that these women are lying about this. They have very credible stories. And the same with Al Franken. Obviously, there's a photo that backs up her claim.
Yep.
And, you know, the stories that she told, there's really no reason to not believe her. So I feel that if both are confirmed true, both of them should not be United States senators.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. All right, well, we move on to something much more positive. A man who wrongfully served 45 years in prison has finally been released. Here is WFAB reporter Kevin Fry with more on this great story.
Walking out of the prison gate, Wilbert Jones embraced his family as a free man.
With God, all things are possible.
Jones had been waiting for this moment for nearly half a century. Back in 1971, at age 19, he was arrested on suspicion of raping a nurse outside a Baton Rouge hospital. Now 65, he spent more than 45 years behind bars.
Most of my life was taken away from me for something I didn't do.
In 2003, the Innocence Project New Orleans stepped in, taking up his case. Several motions and hearings later, a taste of freedom. In district court, the judge ruled that back in the 1970s, authorities left out evidence that could have linked the crime to a different man. Then late last month, the judge threw out Jones's conviction.
It has been an extraordinary journey for Wilbert.
Emily Maw is the director of the Innocence Project New Orleans. She served as Jones' lawyer.
It is not too late for our government to be responsive to him. And they have shown that it is not too late for courts to go back and see that this was a mistake.
It wasn't nothing but a matter of time. You know, I know that he was going to be free one day.
Jones' brother and his family are eager to welcome him home. Jones says he wants to travel and make the most of what few years he has left. But before any of that, there's another important matter to attend to. His niece stayed up late last night putting together one of his favorite meals, gumbo.
I thank God for my family, I thank God for the legal team, and I thank God for God.
Kevin Fry, WAFB 9 News.
All right, first of all, I just want to say, great story. I'm very happy that his first priority was to eat gumbo.
I agree.
That's fantastic. But yeah, no, just a great story all around.
It's truly so sad that he had lost so much of his life because of this wrong. He was wrongly accused and then wrongly convicted, and I think that's terrible. And we need to try to fix the system because there are a lot of people who have been wrongly convicted, and we need to try to better our system. And I know it's very hard to do that, but we have to try to do something because this has happened before, and it's getting not common, but it's been happening a lot. And I feel that we need to come together and try to come up with a solution because this man lost basically his whole life, and now he only has a few years to do whatever he wants. It's very sad. I'm happy for him now that he's able to get out and do whatever he wants.
I'm happy that he's not holding a grudge.
Yes.
Too, because even though yes, it is horrible and stuff like that, but I know most people would be like, "Are you kidding me? Like that was 45 years of my life," and it just shows that life is just too short to just dwell on things and just go travel and eat gumbo. That's just so great.
That's the most important thing.
That's very important.
He said in a report that he's like, I forgive and I will always forgive. And that was very touching. I'm like, he lost so much, but he still forgives the people who put him away. And it's like, that's beautiful.
Wilbert deserved better.
He definitely deserved better.
Gosh, just imagine, because he was around our age when he was convicted. So just imagine your life now, and then just being in jail until you're 65 years old. Yeah. For nothing, just being wrongfully accused. Which is crazy to think of because there's plenty more people that are in jail, and are innocent. So, and then for each person that's in jail and is innocent, there's somebody guilty walking the streets. Yeah. Which is really messed up.
It sucks, and I think we definitely need to try to come up with some solution.
Yeah, I mean, I just personally, you touched on the fact that he doesn't hold a grudge and just incredibly, so humble and not willing to be angry at those that put him away. I can't say I would be in the same boat. To know that I lost, just everything that he's lost, the opportunity to, I don't know if he has
he
kids or
missed,
grandkids.
Weddings,
but
he probably missed funerals.
Family, exactly. Big, important family events, just 45 years.
Missing 45 Christmases.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
45 Thanksgivings.
That just makes it
45 birthdays. No, it's, I don't know how
a
person can, be able to cope with that, but that just
he's
speaks
just a
to
stronger
his character.
person.
He's a
stronger person to just be able to just move on.
Yeah, and hopefully now that he's out, he'll be able
life.
to make a great impact, on the world around him and be with his family. All right, well, coming up next, we'll be talking about the controversy surrounding a Maryland teacher and a new interesting possible presidential candidate. Stay tuned. You're watching The Lakeside View.
forward to seeing Tallow this weekend.
Me too, I can't wait.
Me either.
I wouldn't see that one if I were you.
Why not?
The CGI sucks. Poorly written script. Very long and boring. Cringe-worthy acting. Too many cliches. Shall we go on? I recommend that adventure one, Trail of Knowledge.
Oh, I love that one. It's so good. It really is. Might win Best Picture.
Yeah, we'll go see that.
All right, thanks, guys.
Hey, how's it going? Hey Josh, I was just calling to let you know that you should watch my new OP on WTOP 10 at 10 on Tuesdays. It's called Excuse Me What. You should watch it. Excuse me what? Excuse me what? Wait, excuse me what? Excuse me what? Excuse me what? No one understands me.
And welcome back to the Lakeside View. A Maryland special education teacher has been arrested for selling heroin at school. 51-year-old Monica Snee was found to be possessing hundreds of heroin capsules and oxycodone pills and $3,000 in cash. Okay, this is just insane.
That's a look.
Okay.
First of all,
we need to say
you believe that she
was
like,
a special
sells drugs?
education teacher.
No.
Yeah.
A special that's not only
That's
like you were
very
a teacher.
influential.
A special education teacher teaches kids who can be very easily manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that this teacher is selling drugs was just like, don't do that. Like, what are you doing? Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Like,
Monica.
At the school, she had to do it at the school. Couldn't
That's
do it
what
like
I'm
anywhere else.
bothered by. That this was at the school.
Like, there's so
you
many
sell
other-
drugs at home. Like, that's still bad. But, like, at least that's in your home.
Yeah.
You know. No, you had to go to school, which is both your workplace and a school. And, like,
you can get caught.
Like, yeah. Like, how do you, that's, like, what do you expect to happen?
She's
like, no one's
supposed to be
going to
a
notice?
role model for these kids.
Like, just, I don't understand.
Me neither. I mean, like, is a teacher's salary not enough for you? You have to go.
Okay,
well,
no. We can get into that.
Obviously, that's a fair. I mean, have you seen teacher salaries?
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Unless they get tenure. Well, yeah, I mean, Breaking Bad. I mean, that's what this is. This is just Breaking Bad, but like she just cut out the whole like RV and like traveling.
She's
and
not
then
making
another
meth,
guy.
and she's not a chemistry teacher.
It's just like
no, well, yeah.
It's actually it is very sad because like she could have like influenced so many kids, and like the fact that she
she did,
but
like not
in
a good way.
Yeah, like the fact that she's doing this to these kids that probably wouldn't have got it from anyone else. They just it was an easy place to get it from, so they did it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sad because like these kids are probably now just addicted to drugs, and it's very sad.
Yeah.
Why do this? I don't know why you would just go to school and like give it to these kids. Whatever.
I mean, obviously, we don't know like her personal life, and I don't really care to, but like,
no, I don't think anything can make it.
But like, nothing would make it better. No. But like, just I mean, it's just one of those stories.
Did
like,
it
how
say
do you
what
even...
kind of school it was? Like, is it like an elementary?
It's like a high school.
It's a high school.
It was a high
school. Yeah. Okay. It was a high school special education teacher. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Just one of those stories that I just can't wrap my head around.
I don't get it.
But whatever. Well, speaking of stories that I can't wrap my head around, porn star Cherry DeVille says she has been inspired to run for office out of frustration of the current political climate. When Donald Trump won the election last year, DeVille, who plans to run alongside rapper Coolio, wow, that's just a sentence, says she sobbed and said, quote, "I didn't cry because I hated Trump specifically. I cried because of what I felt that meant for the direction of our country going forward." So the 39-year-old adult film performer has decided to toss her hat into the political ring, and she plans on running as a Democrat. First of all, I'm not surprised she's going to run as a Democrat.
No.
That's the least surprising bit of this whole story.
It's
everything else is like,
no,
well,
I don't find any of this shocking because, like,
okay,
to be fair, like, Donald Trump was a reality star.
Okay, yeah,
so,
but like, at least he had a lot of money. Like,
that doesn't. Does she? No. Because she probably makes a fair amount of money too, and she probably has her own business as well.
And
she's not a billionaire.
I'm not saying
but
being
like,
a billionaire is an automatic qualifier.
No.
But I'm saying it has more qualifications than just being a porn star. Which, by the way, I've never heard of this lady.
Me either. I've never heard of her.
It's not even a porn star I've heard
but
of.
Like people who she had added to her team, I've heard of them, but like I've never heard of
Coolio.
her.
Coolio's great.
Oh, Coolio, yeah, 100%. He's great.
I love.
But again, like I feel like it's not that out of the realm to think that she's going to be completely. Because when I looked on the website, because I went further into it.
Which website?
Pornforpresident.com.
Got it. Okay.
It talks about her immigration stances, and they actually weren't like they were pretty good. Like what you so
pretty good.
Like thinking from a porn star, but like I thought it was like maybe she's joking. This could all be a joke.
Okay.
But at the same time,
well, that's fair too. No, that's fair. A lot of people, and I feel like rightfully so. Okay. Okay. I feel like a lot of people think this is a joke, and rightfully so.
And it looked
because
like a joke.
It sounds like a joke on paper.
Yes.
It could still be a joke. It's not. Yes, she has a video and a campaign website and stances, and that's all great.
And her team is just wild.
Her team is just wild. Coolio is VP.
But also she has other porn stars as like foreign affairs.
There's a lot of jokes.
And like their pictures are just like lingerie, and they're like looking at the camera.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Like there's a lot of jokes I want to make, but I can't because we're on TOP. But
no,
like,
I understand.
Like she did mention her main motivation was to start a dialogue. I mean, both I guess like a political dialogue, but also like.
Well, okay, no. But in her, no. She started a dialogue between us.
Yes.
I don't know if this is the dialogue she was going for.
Going from from Donald Trump, who's the reality star, how far can this probably go? Maybe she's not joking, but maybe if people actually start to like vote for her, maybe it shows like literally we're gonna vote for anyone in this country. Like maybe she's testing the water to see how far is someone going to go.
It depends on who she's versing. Like who she's going
That's
against.
Very true.
Her versus Trump.
Because everyone wants to do lesser evils, so.
I don't even know if it's about lesser evil at that point. I just feel like it's like a porn star versus
a reality star.
Because she did say she wanted to kind of get rid of the stigma of porn stars and like.
So she was trying to be serious.
She did want people to like start thinking of like sex workers as people and not just sex workers and all the things that come with that.
I mean, true, yeah. Because they are just people and they have a profession. Like
a craft.
A craft is something
we're done. We're done with craft. Craft is going to end us. Okay, coming up, we will be discussing Blake Shelton being named Sexiest Man Alive and how solving a mystery can give you free Chick-fil-A for a year. All that and more when we come back.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream.
A crab?
That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
set.
New time.
News at 9.
News, Sunday through Thursday, only on WTOP 10.
Welcome back. Blake Shelton has been named the 2017 Sexiest Man Alive, and the decision has been met with major backlash from social media users. The 41-year-old voice coach was surprised at the news and was quoted as saying, "Y'all must be running out of people." I mean, I agree with them.
Yeah.
This is just wrong. Like, I like Blake Shelton.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool guy. I like him on The Voice.
Okay music.
He has good music. Gwen Stefani, very pretty. I
They
like
broke-
her
they
music
broke
as
up.
well. Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
Did
that.
they really?
But
They did. Yeah.
Oh.
Shocking.
no, they didn't.
No, I thought in the
no,
article
because I
it
just
said
read
it.
today that he loves.
Did they get back together?
I don't know. I can't keep
I
track
can't-
of the
yeah,
stuff.
okay.
But anyway,
We're not Access
Honestly,
Hollywood.
I feel like Blake Shelton's like the friend that's like really funny. Not like the sexiest man alive that you're just like.
Yeah.
No,
No,
but,
like,
like-
not even Blake Shelton agrees that Blake Shelton
Yeah.
is
No,
the sexiest.
right, because like there are so many, there's
Better
like
choices.
millions of people that probably could have got it over him. But when we did a poll on Twitter and everyone agrees that he does not deserve it.
no one thought.
The funniest comment though was if someone's like, "Oh, like how much did he have to pay for that?"
I mean, like,
that was pretty. Someone
True.
paid. Yeah, no, he paid the magazine.
Yeah, that has to be some
it's
type of
more,
promotion.
It makes more sense than the fact that he actually earned that. I don't even think he's the sexiest male judge on The Voice. Never mind.
Maybe like the sexiest of your friend's dads.
He does have a dad bod, so.
Okay.
Like the sexiest guy at the
He's
express
not-
checkout at
he's
Walmart.
Not good looking, but it's just like.
There's so many more.
There's so many better options. Anyway, Cartersville police have found a catering van that was stolen from a local Chick-fil-A. The Georgia Chick-fil-A franchise has offered an extremely tempting reward for identifying the suspect who stole the van. Free Chick-fil-A for a year. A whole year, people. A post on the Chick-fil-A Carterville's Facebook page said that its catering van was stolen on Sunday night around 9:45 p.m. from the parking lot. The post included security camera footage of the suspect and a photo of the catering van. There, you can see it right there. The franchise said that they're offering Chick-fil-A for a year to the person who can identify the suspect and help them lead to an arrest. Anyone who has information about the theft can call 770-401-1239 or the Cartersville Police Department at 770-382-2526. You might have to rewind to get those phone numbers.
Yeah, no, I'm writing it down. No,
We'll
I wrote
get
it down.
at the end.
Yeah.
I'm
But
on the case.
just quickly, you're on the case. Good.
This is a
But I'm
case
telling you
for the
now, if you-
FBI, as some may say.
Yes. No, but like, okay, if you get it, you need to share.
Listen.
You know she's
There's
not
a-
gonna.
It's a whole year. You know how much Chick-fil-A that is? Well, here's the other thing.
I'm here for a short, a
They
good
had
time,
the
not a long
freshest
time. man.
lemonade. Okay, I was at the
Ooh,
dining
yes,
hall today, and they
yes.
had waffle fries, and just the whole time I was eating them, I was just like, I wish these were Chick-fil-A waffle,
Oh my
waffle
God,
fries.
Same.
So
And I want fresh lemonade.
With the
could we
Polynesian
do it
sauce?
together?
Oh, that's
the
so
Chick-fil-A
good.
sauce with
Could
like,
we,
honey
could we
mustard
work on
and
the
barbecue?
case together? Do you think if we worked
Okay.
on it together,
Mystery
we
game.
would
Here's
all
my
get
question.
it?
Right here.
No, but I have a question. So they say, like, you have it for a year, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what does that mean? Because your Chick-fil-A for a year is not your Chick-fil-A for a year. You know what that means? Like,
I
you know
just
what
think
mean?
it's like you'll get a meal every day, maybe.
I think
But
so.
like, that's
I think
not enough Chick-fil-A for me on a daily basis.
Listen.
I need at least like 3 meals.
just get like
And
big
then, like,
dinners,
a
and then we can all
quart of
split.
Polynesian sauce.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
You,
I
you
set the
cracked
bar
the
high
case,
for myself.
so you can totally get as much
I mean, I'm already
Polynesian
halfway
sauce
there.
as you
I
want.
know where the van was. I've seen the footage.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wrote down the numbers.
You wrote down the numbers.
Yeah, we're gonna solve it. You guys, you're gonna see us on the news, and we're gonna solve this whole crime, and we're gonna have free Chick-fil-A.
You
Heard it here
bet.
first.
You heard it here first. We are going to solve this. We're going to get Chick-fil-A by the last show. All right, maybe not that. Maybe next semester. We'll figure it out. Anyway, all right. So as always, we like to end our show on a lighter note. So we decided to bring in our favorite memes. Okay, who wants to go first?
Me.
Great, Chris, go.
Okay, so I love dogs, as everyone knows.
We all know that, yes.
Yes, it's probably my favorite thing in the world. So I saw this meme today, and it was basically it's two corgis, and it's basically that's how I live my life. I'm on the computer, I'm surfing.
Say
So
two actual pictures of me showing
yeah,
everything.
that's how I live every single day, and I think it was very representative
That
of me.
honestly is you, because I have seen you in both of those modes.
Yes, and I have the same glasses, so I just thought it was
You
appropriate.
have the same corgi mask?
Yep.
Yes.
And that's honestly how you sleep.
Okay,
Like you have the
that's
blanket,
true.
like really
That is
all,
true.
just your head's poking out, nothing else.
How familiar are you with how he sleeps?
Listen, we have fun sleepovers where we hang out.
Where you watch him sleep.
I don't watch him
He's unaware.
Kim, so what was yours?
Don't worry about it.
Mine is a lovely picture of Demi Lovato.
Let's see.
That relates to an everyday struggle of.
What does it say?
Can I get $20 on pump?
Okay, I have done this though. I have actually
done this.
Save.
This is so okay.
That's
relatable.
relatable.
This is relatable. No, because you here's what happens to me at least. You look at the pump, right? Like you park your car at the pump.
Yeah, and then you
like,
gotta
see,
look.
I got the
Right?
number. Number 8, pump 8. You go in the gas station. You forget.
Yes,
Or
of
like
course.
you're not sure. So the guy says, "Oh, what pump are you?" I'm like, "Pump 8." Like you
It's
knew
so
it,
relatable.
but
So
you don't.
relatable.
I mean, you got to make sure, because if you give the wrong pump number, you just gave somebody a free tank of
No,
gas.
right, exactly. All right, Sabrina, what's yours?
My meme is of baby Gavin.
Okay.
He is my favorite. He is my favorite.
An icon.
An icon from, I think his uncle is Nick Mastodon.
Yes.
Okay,
right?
this is also
And
very relatable.
So when you
I
keep
just read
some
this
drama on the timeline, but you ain't trying to get involved,
That
this
is
is me
100% true.
all the
I'm very
time.
nosy, but like I don't also stick my
Yes,
nose in it.
I don't want to be.
So
into
it's like
it.
a balance, you know.
Yeah.
You want to.
Yes.
All right. Can we get
Anthony,
my
what's
meme
yours?
up quick? We're running low on time, but it's quick. It's a simple one. It's the Willy Wonka where it's like that.
Oh my God, that is
That's like
awesome.
literally me on a daily basis
Yes.
at every point in my life.
Yes, 100%.
I'm so condescending and such a jerk. I feel like that best represents me.
All right,
All right, that ends tonight's show. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up next is the fast break, so be sure to stick around for that. And always remember to enjoy the lakeside view. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. You go already?
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.